Hey guys, it's your girl Mezzy, and I'm gonna be back for another episode of Tea Time with Bunky, May 23rd. That's gonna be at 7 p.m. That's a Thursday. Make sure to mark your calendars. I got some new updates in life. I mean, and I'm gonna bring them out. And if anybody's gonna make me talk, it'll be Bunky. So make sure you tune in May 23rd at 7 p.m. We're probably gonna be doing it on Facebook Live, I'm sure. So make sure you tune into our Facebooks at 7 p.m. and it's gonna be me and Bunky. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Can't wait.
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is Mezzy. Hi, Dan. All right.
Welcome to Tea Time with
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is super recent. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. I missed you guys. I really did. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. I missed you guys. I didn't see you last week, but I'm back this week. Well, welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. All of my vintage followers and subscribers, thank you so much for liking, sharing, telling a friend and telling a friend. Everybody that will be viewing, nobody's in yet probably because I haven't been in, but you guys are coming in. Those that will be viewing for the first time, even if it's just for Mezzy, welcome. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook pages. Those visiting for the first time. Those that are always on and hear my spiel all the time about elections. Elections are coming up. Make sure that you get out there and vote. Know your candidates. Know who is running because it affects your whole life. This world is in a hot mess right now. Tea Time with Bunky. You can catch me on also not Village Global Network, but on Zeno FM. I'm a part of the Village Global Network, VGN, which you can catch this show re-airing next week, Mezzy, next Thursday at 8 a.m. on Culture Shock Radio, which is in Canada, Rockbox Radio, Radio Picero, which is in New Mexico, Wap the Music FM, which is in Guadalupe, the Caribbean island, and welcome the new show, Gnarly FM, which is in Ecuador. Welcome, Ecuador. And on Sundays, you can catch Tea Time with Bunky on Confidence Radio. These shows air in VGN in 191 plus countries now. So 191 plus countries. So if you don't catch the live, you can catch it on the radio, which is a whole different vibe. It's a whole different vibe. So without further ado, well, nobody's in yet, but they'll come eventually. I would like to welcome Mezzy.
Okay, first of all, we need to be clapping for you. You got a whole intro. You in 130 countries. I mean, I should be interviewing you.
191 plus.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't even know there was that many countries in the world. All right now. They done made up countries just so they can stream your thing. I love it. I'm loving it. You deserve it.
Thank you. We're gonna get into your journey, but whatever. But this is your third appearance. Your first appearance was on July 28th, 2022, when you came on with the cast of She Ain't You.
Yeah. And
then you came on in September 2022, Just Yourself. And today you are on again, your three times the charm.
Three times the charm.
Welcome.
I love that you have it all down too. I was like, damn, I was here for three times. You better say that.
This is your third appearance. So, and I watched you grow, and we're going to get into that. I watched you grow. How have you been since we last spoke in September of 2022?
I know, yeah. So in September, that was actually my birthday month. And I produced my birthday show, and that was truly amazing. I filled the whole room. I was so worried. I think it was like probably a little over 70 people. I was super stressed, and I was like, I had a whole like comedy show together. I ended up doing my very first 1 hour, which was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. I told the producer.
Do you guys normally do a whole hour?
No. Okay. You usually do about like 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20. Okay. But like, I was like, the love in that room was so, and the thing is like, I had so many stories of the people that were in the room. So I was all here like, girl, I know you. Like I was talking.
No, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, because like one of my old bosses was there, and I was single for a bit, and so she was trying to get me onto this guy, but the guy was gay. He was so clearly gay. I was like, "Are you blind? He is gay." So I had to let her know in front of the people because the people needed to know. You know what I'm saying? She might be blind. We don't know.
The people needed to know.
The
Okay.
people needed to know. Yeah.
Okay. For the new listeners that didn't catch you, that has never seen you on Tea Time, right? Give a quick rundown of your journey into stand-up comedy. Like what inspired you? Like a quick rundown, because we got a lot we gotta get into, girl.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, what inspired me actually was me being fired from radio. So I was in radio for about 8 years. And then my girlfriend
I missed all of that. I'm sorry. I meant to say all of that earlier. Y'all need to go back and catch the old shows and you'll get a whole rundown. Okay, go ahead.
Just go back, run it back. You see what I'm saying? We on 191 countries. Hello, we made up country. Is it 191?
191 plus.
Plus, girl, I didn't even see. She adding countries as we speak. Oh my Lord, the lady is on fire. I love that. I love that. I've never even heard like this woman is working hard that she's creating the countries to streaming. I mean, come on.
You know what happens? You know, when God brings something to you, he expands your territory.
1,000%.
And that's exactly what it is. You know. So what started you in comedy for people that don't know?
Right. So I was in radio at the time and I told my girlfriend, I was like, girl, I think I'm funny. People be laughing at me. I think I'm really funny. She was like, all right, start writing some jokes down. And I was like, okay. Started writing jokes down. About 9 months later, she moved to LA. And she was like, I was like, it was my birthday weekend. I'm like, girl, what are we going to do? Because we're in LA. I'm like living my best life. She's like, we're going to go watch you do comedy. I said, I'm sorry, what? What? And she was like, yeah, you've been working on your jokes. They're going to give you 5 minutes. So you're going to work on your jokes right now. So I had literally maybe an hour to work on my jokes on her balcony. And we went to Miss Cleo's. I think Miss Cleo. That's hilarious. Is it Miss Cleo? And that sounds crazy because now I'm saying Miss Cleo. I'm like, hold up, is that the same Miss Cleo? But anyway,
is that the psychic lady?
Okay. She don't look like the psychic lady from what I remember, but now I'm thinking about it. She might look like the psychic lady. Now I think about it. But yeah, she still has a stage. I'm planning to go to LA again for the first time in like 7 years, so I have to like go back over there. But I went there and I fell in love immediately. And 2 years after that, I got fired from radio. What? How they gonna fire me? I was amazing. It's okay. Don't cry for me. Don't. Right. And then I ended up really like taking comedy really seriously after that. I felt like I was like, you know what, maybe this is where I need to be. And it was hard because it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I had lost my mom not too long ago. So I was like, should I really try to make people laugh? I'm like, yeah. But every time I went on stage, every time I left, I felt better than I did when I got on stage. So I was like, this is where I need to be, I think.
And they say comedy is the best medicine. They say that.
It is.
Okay.
It's 100%. Like it's my therapy, you know, like I lost my mom unexpectedly. And so I was able to go on stage and just talk. And I mean, I don't really talk about her as much as like some other people would, but like it also provides me a space to feel connected to people. Cause like, you know, you go into a room of strangers and you're thinking like, well, I'm alone, right? Like nobody else lost their mom young, or these young people, they all have their parents. But when I'm able to get on stage and I'm like, yo, you know, like, you know, my mama gone. She has woke up and died on me. Okay. See, all right. Girl, you gotta let.
That's like shock.
It's a shock. See, but then I'd be like, so the people in the crowd, they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, why are you sorry? Did you kill her? I knew it was you. I knew it was you. The police is at the door. They gonna get you. You going to jail. They going to jail.
Okay. All right. So, oh God. All right. Okay. I don't even know where to go with that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, so that's what you started off with. You had an hour to prepare. So that's like you started off with stuff like that.
No. My mom was still alive when I started. So
all right.
My jokes were just kind of like, this was a good one. Because you know what, us New Yorkers, we think like when you talk about Hollywood, you like, ooh, Hollywood?
Yeah, yeah.
Girl, then I went to Hollywood. Why was the bums on the walk? Why was there a bum on the Walk of Fame sleeping on Stevie Wonder, sleeping on the star like this? Sleep. I said, what in the world?
Sleeping on Stevie Wonder.
Sleeping on Stevie.
Yeah, we have a different perception of what Hollywood is. But let me say, because you mentioned New York, I gotta say this real quick, that You're a former air personality, Cox Media Group. I got to get this out there.
Yeah.
Former radio host at York College Radio, podcast co-host of the Journey podcast, native New Yorker. Yeah,
Native
New Yorker, and an actress. I don't know what you would call our roles, and She Ain't You. She played the best friend, y'all. She played it to a T. So yeah, so okay.
And like no shade to Bunky, but I'm from the real part of New York. No shade.
Yeah, no shade. I tell people all the time, I'm in the country, New York. People don't believe this stuff exists.
Right. Yeah.
New York concrete jungle. No.
I saw trees by where she lived at. She got trees, and it looked like people are happy over there. I didn't even see a rat. I said, what in the heck? Where am I?
You said not a rat.
There was not one rat. I didn't see it.
See, our rats are bougie. They live in people's houses. They don't be on the street.
Wait, what is it for a pet or is it infestation? You gotta tell the people because we don't know.
Some people probably have them as a pet. My Michael, as you say, I got Michael on my shirt. He had a pet rat, Ben. If you don't know some Ben, that was about a rat. But I guess some people see, I don't live with stuff like that, coming in my house or out. No, we don't do that. But people have mice, rats, moles,
At that point, you should just have a pet roach. I mean, we letting them all in, right? Let the roaches in.
No. Somebody might have a pet. Somebody. Okay. Anyway, look.
It is a state, so you know.
Okay,
that was the last one. I was like
talking about. Okay. All right. So this is May. You killed me. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you got Mezzy in Your Mental.
Yes.
So see how that flowed together. See,
I like that.
Okay, so you founded Mezzy in Your Mental. Tell us a little bit about the initiative. What is that about? Is it tell me a little bit about that because I don't know.
So it's so funny. So Mezzy In Ya Mental evolved from me having to create a brand for myself. So as I was like still in radio and I was still in and I'm doing comedy, while I was in radio, I didn't take comedy as seriously. So it was more of a brand for me to be on radio because I'm Mezzy In Ya Mental, like I'm in your mind. So I would be on this, so I would be like, oh, here's a mental note for you. I would end every show with a mental note. I actually ended my comedy. I ended my radio career. I was with, and I can't even remember now what the group is called. But I had a morning show.
Okay.
It was JVC Media, JVC Broadcasting. And I had a morning show. It was it was a couple of co-hosts, but at one point I was Mezzy in the morning. Okay, get it. All right, now look at
Mezzy in the morning.
Creating history. And so from there, that's really where Mezzy In Mental started. And then I just had my website, and it's basically an initiative to kind of just be in your head and never leave. Okay. Because every time when you first hear my name, you're like, Mezzy, you don't even know,
I was trying to pronounce your real name, but I was like, you know what? I'm not even
for the people.
Huh?
You got to do it. Come on, drum roll, please.
Leanne Debravines.
What country is that person from? I just want to know. I'm just curious. No, I just want to know because I'm like, what accent was that? I don't.
That was a Bunky accent.
It's so funny because my name is it looks hard, but then when I say it, you're like, oh, it rhymes. My name is Metzline Desravines.
Metzline
You know what? Let's not even do it. You know what? It's fine. Oh, you know what we're not gonna do? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do it. We're not.
But that's like my name. People are like, how do you pronounce your name? I'm like, it's really easy. To me, it is.
Right.
Like, to me, I'm like, it's really easy. It doesn't look like yours may look like it sounds. You can probably sound yours out. People can't sound mine out. They can't because if you sound it out, it should be an A after the K. If you sound it out, but it's not pronounced like that. So whatever. Okay. Okay.
I love a good unique name, and it seemed like you got like 9 letters. I have 8. So
I have 8. No, 2, 8 letters.
Okay, wait. How you didn't know that? Okay, it's fine. We love you.
Because everybody calls me Bunky. Like, no, rarely anybody calls me Kanitha. It's like really, really, really rare.
Literally, I don't think anybody in my life, like maybe every so often, because my sister-in-law's name is also, because my family calls me Sarah. and because that's my middle name, and my sister-in-law's name is Sarah. So when we're together, that's the only time I'll hear Metzeline. Nobody calls me Metzeline. My name is Mezzy or Sarah. That's it. That's why on Facebook it's Mezzy Sarah. So my family can find me.
Okay, Mezzaline.
No.
It's not Mezzaline.
Yeah, because I was like, that got crazy. Once you throw the A in there, because people like Mezzaline, I'm like, I didn't say there was an A in the name. It wasn't.
Mezzy. We
gonna go with Mezzy.
Okay, we just gonna go with Mezzy. So how did Mezzy In Ya Mental impact your life and your career? Like, how did your personal life and your career, did it help you expand the Mezzy In Ya Mental? Like, it helped people know you?
Yeah, I think by taking my brand seriously, because like I think it was more so making sure that I had a brand, right? So by investing in that, taking that time to really invest in my brand, I kind of like fell off of it because I had fan pages and all that. But I still have my website that's Mezzy In Ya Mental. Like that's who I am. Like even now when I post on my Instagram, I always have like a little mental note or something like that. I think it just keeps my brand relevant, and it keeps it like. So it's like, of course, you know, obviously I'm funny, but it's also like I like to also kind of give a little bit of mental notes because life is hard sometimes. And sometimes you need that little boost, that little confidence boost, whether it's a quote or whatever. So I do love I like the brand that I set up for myself. And it made me start to establish who I am in anything that I wanted to do.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick I'm going to play one video. Play one of you, but hopefully this comes out right, y'all. This is my first time doing this, so hopefully.
I'm in 191 plus countries. What you talking about?
And your episode 177. Hello.
Yes, I love that.
So let's try this. Let's try. There we go. Oh, look. Now I don't want to play.
Then I want to turn around and be cold as shit. He's $40 toes. Y'all gonna see this in 40 days. 14 days. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna get frostbite in the toes.
I don't know why. See, there's
only
only certain,
like what's going on.
First of all, I only post things that I genuinely laugh at, so I can still laugh at that right now. But yeah, no, it was actually funny. It was cold outside, and I had just got my toes done like the week before, and that's the problem. Like the New York weather is so wild, okay? Yes. And so I got on stage with like, first of all, I was in Long Island, so I was in my element. I was wearing Birkenstocks. Hello.
I love them.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're from the upstate. Okay, you're right. So I knew wearing the Birkenstocks, you know, the Long Islanders would feel me because, you know, they like the, you know, the upstate people, you know. Anyway, so I was just like, wait, hold on, sorry. I'm in a space where we have like a light thing, but yes. So I ended up being able to, so I forgot the question because I walked away. My bad.
It's like you mentioned your Birkenstocks. We were talking about your Birkenstocks. We were talking about that skit right there. You had just got your toes done.
Yep.
In the New York weather.
And it was freezing. And I was like, oh, and the thing about me is like, so a lot of comedians, they stick to their same set. I can't even, my brain does not allow it. My life is such a joke. Like I'm telling you, this week I just got 3 new jokes just because my life is that much of a joke. And so it's like, if something happens to me, I have to say it immediately. So I got on the stage and I was just like, listen, okay, I know it's cold outside because it was like literally at that point, it hit 50 degrees out of nowhere. I was like, but you gonna get these toes. I don't care. $40 equals 40 days. Okay. Woo woo.
Hey, woo woo. When people listen to you talk, they hear you. You hear the accent, right?
What accent?
The New York accent. You hear it. You hear it. So
and me?
Who, you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
when
snap.
you talk, you can tell you are a New Yorker. You can tell. You have that New York thing. So how has comedy, because you said you performed, I guess your first time performing was in LA? Was it in LA?
That was my very first time performing was in LA, yep.
In LA. So how has the New York scene, New York style content influenced your comedy?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, so for me, I'm more I'm topical and I talk really more so about my life. Some comedians talk about like politics or, you know, whatever. So for me, I will say the difference between like California comedy and like New York comedy is like in California, I think people they try to polish. Every time they get on set, like on the stage, they want to make sure it's the perfect set because they don't know if that's going to be the night they get discovered, right? That's just how they think out there. And it, I get it, right? But in New York, we're about to hustle. So it's like we are literally, we'll be doing like 5 shows a week, 3 shows a week. And it's like in those shows, it might not be the same content because I'm working out different material. And it's really about the craft. And that's, I mean, there's no other place I would rather be to do comedy, for real.
There's some funny people in New York.
Yeah, it's definitely, I would, like, comedy is definitely tough, but I think New York is definitely the place for, if you really want to be a comedian, like, this is where you should be, because there's a culture for it. Like for lack of a better term, like if we can go to one club and then be like, oh, we're going to the next club. And sometimes we go to the next club. I ain't got the energy for that though. I'd be like, ooh. I'd be like, did you not see what I just did up there? I'm going to sleep.
Now, this right here wasn't on my list, but we're talking about New York being the place to be. A lot of your shows, like I see a lot of the announcements, the posters, with the, announcing you're going to be a part of this comedy state or whatever. No, y'all have y'all group. You're invited to a club or whatever.
A flyer. Flyer.
Yeah, flyer.
Yeah. That's what some people call it. No,
a flyer. But do you ever do any like walk-ons? Like, do they have that? Like, I hear the Comedy Store. Is that something? New York, the comedy?
No, that's in LA.
Okay. Is that a walk-in place? Like, what is?
No, that's one of the biggest. Like, that's one of the. I don't want to say biggest stages because they're probably in size, maybe not the biggest, but it's a big deal to get on that stage. Definitely.
Okay, so you're not just walking on.
Unless you know somebody. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely does not. It always pays to know someone. I don't care what nobody say. It always pays.
In anything, in any venue, whatever you want to do in life, it pays to have an end somewhere.
100%. So I mean, I don't have an in at the Comedy Store per se, but we gonna see. Yeah, not yet. But we'll see what materializes when I go, because I want to go out there because my girlfriend still lives out there. She has a beautiful family, so I want to see her family. But I'm also like, I got to get work done with comedy, so I'm gonna be out there probably during the week, which is not so fun. But I know that I'm not gonna probably get a Saturday and Sunday show because I haven't been out there in so long and I don't know any connection, so I have to start from like ground one. Like,
how long are you gonna be out there?
Probably a week. I usually try to go out there for like a week. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Visiting, trying to get in some comedy stages. Who knows? You might have.
But and my girlfriend, her husband is really good friends with a really well-known comedian, so he might be able to give me a space. So I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna take it. So I just have to give them, once I get my ticket, I'm gonna like tell them and see if I can maybe get on the stage there, and then we'll see. So, but I ain't gonna lie, she was like, "Oh, do you want to do a show in Compton?" I said, "Listen, do you see these wrists? Do you see these wrists, girl? These wrists is dainty. I ain't going to no Compton. Don't take me there. Do you stream in Compton? Oh Lord, they gonna get me. They gonna get me, Lord."
I don't know. When I think of Compton, I think of like Ice Cube and all them. Have you done Broadway comedy yet?
Yes, I have. I've done it multiple times. I haven't done it I don't think I've done it in like the past year. Because I don't know the producers right now of the Broadway comedy show, but hey, if you're a producer, hit me up. Hello. Well,
no. Chris, and you got Rec Boy, Shad, and Mr. Catch Rec. They have I call them hip hoppy. I know they hate when I call them hip hoppy, but I call my little brothers in the VGN, Village Global Network. When I say they are connected, they're not music people. See, I don't want them to get me for this. Okay, what they Rashad and Chris, they do music, but they have everybody on. Like, they have like big time rappers and stuff, like, rappers.
Okay, girl, it's okay. I believe you.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't want to get them wrong, and then they won't come for me. But no, they're like big time. So that's who they are. They have connections. I don't know if it's comedy, but whatever. Okay,
well, you never know. I do more than just comedy. I also host weddings, and I just did a wedding this weekend. I
must
did
be
a
mad
316 this week.
How do you do stuff like that? And I know there's comedy involved in it.
Oh yeah, no, I think, comedy. I love comedy because comedy is the reason I can do it. Because to go into a room and just have the confidence, like when I first started hosting weddings and stuff, it was weird because as soon as you walk in the room, people are just staring at you. They're like, and like, not to mention, I do it in Long Island. No shade, I'll be the only black person. They're like, who is this black lady? But at the end of it, they be like, oh, I like this black lady for real. That's how. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Cataract just asked me to link you with them, so you'll get a better understanding of what I'm trying to say about them. Kristen.
Yeah, I didn't get no understanding of what you. I'm gonna be honest. I love you though.
No, because you know why? Because I don't know. Chris still scares me a little bit. He's so sweet, but he's serious. He's Brooklyn.
Ooh. I'm Queens though, so I don't know what that means.
They're always talking to them city people, whatever. Okay, so I'm country, whatever. We're gonna get past that.
We knew that already. We ain't had to say it again, but if you want to, I guess. I mean,
no, we don't. You know what? Let's take a quick break and do a quick video. Get myself together. Hopefully this one don't freeze. Let's see. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the CMAs this year, okay? Oh, you didn't think I knew what that was? Yeah.
I don't know why the whole thing don't play, but it's mad funny. Like, you guys go to her page, go to Mezzy D, and watch these videos.
Mezzy_D.
Mezzy_D. You were talking about the Beyonce song, Texas Hold'em.
Yeah. No, so it was funny. That specific show, I got asked to do a Beyonce versus Taylor Swift show, which is weird because I never do like shows like that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go on, do a set. I brought my nephew with me because I was gonna say my nephew was blue. What's up? I don't know, Sir Carter. I was like, oh, I brought Sir Carter. He's cute. Even though my nephew looks like a Mexican, it's okay. Like, what? Sir Carter could be Mexican, whatever.
Could be.
But yeah, but then he literally just, the way he did it was like, he just was like, oh, I'm gonna ask you guys questions and then you have to comically answer it. So the question that he asked was like, what influence has Beyonce had? Like, does Beyonce have any influence? And I said, listen, okay, I just bought this cowboy hat and these cowboy boots yesterday. Okay. I don't care about no damn cowboys. But that Beyonce be getting us, okay? Well, I listen to 2 country songs, both by Beyonce, but they're country.
I only heard it because it was playing on the radio, because I'm not a part of Beyonce.
Yeah, I'm not really part of Beyonce, but I am a Virgo, so respectfully, and she's a Virgo, so I have to respect her as a Virgo. You get what I'm saying?
Look, I respect her, so you gotta give credit where credit is due. I mean, she ain't a Michael. She ain't a Michael. But
she ain't no Michael. Okay, you didn't have to bring Michael into the conversation. We knew she ain't no Michael.
I'm just saying.
If anybody says she's close to a Michael, they are okay.
They are delirious.
Delirious. Okay.
And we just gonna leave that alone because I don't want the people coming from me. Okay, so you performed on many New York stages across New York. Different. What is the most memorable? What stands out in your mind? Which was one of your best performances that just stands?
One of my best performances. Let me think about my.
That was funny to you.
Yeah, I think one of my best performances. This is hilarious. So I did a Brooklyn show for my guy Ricky Barrio. That's my brother. And he's like, yo, Mez, like, we're gonna have a good time. He had a great lineup. I'm like, bet this is gonna be great. And I pull up and it was a bakery. And I'm like, oh, Ricky, this is ghetto shit. Because, the thing about comedy is, like, one day you're on a real comic stage and the next day you're in a bakery. Like, come on, man. You could have told me it was a bakery, man. I got my best shoes on for this. Are you serious? I pulled out my best bag. So I was like, this.
I said for a bakery.
For the bakery. And I was like, this is crazy. And he was like, no, you got to go through. So you have to go through the bakery. And past the bakery, it was like a whole room. Like a whole big room. And I'm like, ooh, with a nice stage, great background, perfect lighting. And I think I was like 4th or 5th. So I wasn't even the headliner. Okay. And I went on there and I think everybody got like 10, 12 minutes. I went on there for like 22 minutes or something like that. And I mean, like, at one point, Ricky, he's coming up. I could see him walking up the crowd because he wants to like tell me to get off. I said, everybody stare at this man and tell him I'm staying on. I'm staying on here. You won't have to pull me off this stage. It was amazing. truly, like the crowd was like amazing. Like I can't even. It's one of those shows. I'm like, I need to post that on my YouTube. I don't like posting my full show on the YouTube because I'm like, well, what if? But I'm like, you know what? I just got to let go of what if and just do it, you know?
Well, you said that you switch it up a lot, different show. You switch up your material.
But I do have core jokes though. Like I did a joke for him and then he came to one of my shows and somebody else was at the same show and they were like, do your joke, do that joke we like. And I'm like, what joke? And because they were at you know what I'm saying? And it's a little inappropriate for this one, but it's a good joke. It's a good joke. It's a good
Okay. So, okay, stand-up comedy, I'm sure it can be tough. I'm sure I couldn't do it. Everybody can't do it. You know, you're built for it. You're just naturally funny. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced in your career? Like, how did you overcome them?
I'm still overcoming them. I think anybody that's in anything that's entertainment, like you're constantly faced with obstacles, right?
Yeah.
I think in comedy, what makes it super difficult is there's not like, you don't just go to school for comedy and then you're like, I bet I get a good show. Like there's no clear route, right? Like if you're an actress, your clear route is I'm gonna keep trying to book roles until I get that big role that's gonna put me. But like with comedy, it's like there's so many avenues to explore, and you have to constantly keep you have to constantly keep yourself motivated. Like for myself, my cousin called me the other day. He was like, I feel like you've just been stagnant. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I know. I was like, well, damn, just rip the Band-Aid off. Right. But of course, the people that don't, that are not, he's like, yo, you could definitely be doing a lot more. And I get that. Right. But it's also like, what is that next step look like? You have to literally create that next step. So for myself, I'm in the works of creating what my next step looks like. But like I said, it's at the hands of yourself. So you have to be the person to be like, all right, so what am I going to do to get to that next step? Whatever that looks like. It might not even be too much of a, difference, but it's like, what's that next step look like? How do I get there? How am I going to envision it? What do I need to do? And how do I stay motivated through it all? And I think one thing that's super tough is like when you have a rough show. I had like really one bad show that sticks out of my mind at the comic strip really bad. And it was so bad. I never been back. Terrible. You're never gonna see me. Okay. I am funny. All right. Anyway, so like ever since then I was just kind of, but I know a lot of the things that I did to like that before that show. I never do now. Like I don't drink. So I'm a sober comic when I'm like, no matter what, even if I get off the stage, like the only time you see me drinking is if it's after my set and if it's free. I don't drink or any of that. I do not. So now I have to like be laser focused. I don't switch my material like last minute kind of thing. I trust myself. And I work with the crowd. That's something I used to be so scared. I used to just do my material and kind of just like talk to the crowd, but just a little bit. Now I'm like, girl, when they leave, I'm like, you best friends with me. Okay. You are my bestie. Take my number. We gonna go to dinner tomorrow.
Well, I watch your videos, so I see that you do interact with the crowd. You do.
Yes.
There was one I was going to try to upload, Lord, but so I was having difficulties. It was when you were in Long Island. You were in Long Island, and it was 2 Black people that came in late, and you called them out. I don't know if you remember that. You was like, all right, 2 Black people.
I was actually in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I was in Brooklyn. And the black guy, it was one black guy, he walked in late. And I was like, oh, and I was referencing myself as the other black. I was like, not 2 Black people. I was like, now it's really feeling like Long Island.
Yeah, that's where Long Island came from. I was dying. Like I look at your videos and they are hilarious. And you mentioned when we talked about the one bad moment, I was going to say what made it bad, but then you answered it, the drinking before, because you're not focused.
Yeah. I think it was because I was so nervous. I'm like, let me just take a shot. Like, I'll be fine. And I'm not even a big drinker. But I was just, but the nerves that you get before getting on any stage, I don't care, big or small.
Yes.
It's like, it is like, I've had a couple times recently that I was like, oh, I'm like, I felt confident because I was like, the crowd is good. But like, I felt confident. And that was kind of when I was like, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of this. But it's like, there's never going to be a time I'm like, oh man, 100%. I have no nerves at all. Like,
then you need to walk away. Then you need to walk away if you're that confident about it. Well, what was the moment where you felt, okay, this is what I want to do? I made it, because you're still grinding. It seems like all comedians are always grinding. But when was that moment when you were like, okay, this is it? because there always comes a time when you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. I still right now got to keep my day job, but in the this is what I want to do. When was that? Do you remember that moment?
Yeah. I think I remember the moment. So like I lost my mom in 2018 or something like that. And then 2020 hit, and then I was living in my brother's basement, which is super ghetto. Let me tell you something. You talking, people be talking about how sad it is to live in a mama basement. Live in your brother's basement and then talk to me. Oh, it's so ghetto. Oh, it's so ghetto. It's very ghetto. So I knew I had to like get, like, I was working in a facility where I'm still working, but I knew that I had to be serious. I applied to be a director in my department because I was like, girl, I need a real job. And when I was starting to think about where I was going to move to, I was like, I want to move to Queens, like, because I was born in Queens or whatever. But I was like, I want to move to Queens because I want to keep doing comedy. I stopped in 2020 because, like, I was like, I thought I lost it. I was like, I don't think this is for, like, I didn't want to do the Zoom stuff. I was like, yeah, maybe. So 2021, I literally started doing it. Then I moved out. And then when I moved out, I wasn't making ends meet. Cause, you know, honestly, this was the first time I moved out on my own. Like, my mom was taking care of me up until she closed her eyes and died. Hello. I was like, oh snap. So I had to learn how to pay bills and all of that. So I couldn't even make really any ends meet. But there was a moment where, like, I'm living I was living less than check to check. And I was getting a lot of shows. And it was like, do you even have, like, I didn't even have the energy to go do the shows because I'm trying to work 10-hour days, trying to get my, get the money or whatever. And every time I would go do a show, I would leave filled with love. Like, I was like, yo, that 12-hour day that I just did, I don't even keep, like, it didn't even matter to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this moment right here, them laughing with me, like, at the end of the day, I'm tired. My eyes are, like, killing me. I was like, in that moment, I was like, this is what I'm here to, this is what I put on earth to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that moment for me. Definitely after the pandemic, though, but yeah.
And you are. And for those that weren't a part of Tea Time early on, I had shared clips of She Ain't You. Can't find it anymore. That is, when I say you played that role of the best friend, you played that role to a T. You guys, she was the best friend that hated her friend's ex-boyfriend who didn't want to leave. He wanted her back.
Yeah. I hit up Stephanie because I really wanted the roles. I wanted to get the B-roll. I wanted to get the footage of it, but I haven't gotten. Have you talked to her? I want to.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely ask her to hit me back up because I would love to put it on my website and stuff.
I know, right? I'm like, I want to get my little credit for my little 2 minutes of fame. 2 minutes.
Girl, that was like 2.5 minutes. Don't play yourself.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes. That took all day to shoot. 2 minutes. I could never be an actress.
That was a lot of work. I was like,
that was a lot of work, but it was fun. I learned something new on my resume. So before we get into your TikTok, I'm going to try to play this. Hopefully it'll play right, you guys, because she does TikTok too. This is mad funny. Let's hope this plays all the way through. Here we go. Look, you know what? It's frozen.
All right, because the problem is she's doing it, right? But I don't know that everybody else got the memo that they should be on the same time and timing as her. Okay, so now what had happened, not getting low, but she can't get low even though they all wear knee pads. Like, sis, if you got bad knees, you wearing knee pads already. I don't understand it. They're actually looking to recruit people, okay, on the video in here. They want people, not the tongue out, sister, okay? You doing it, but they not. So let's not, when you see a black woman with the tongue out, no.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And that was NYPD, right? That's NYPD.
That was, I'm almost certain. That's why I was like, I have to start consistently posting stuff. But I'm like, there's so much stuff that be happening with the NYPD and the NYC. I'm like, I hope they don't try to, ooh, girl, because now I live in Queens. They're going to try to get my car. And I love my car. I love it. Get the blue Honda. That's not my car. I mean, that's my car. Blue Honda, yes.
I was going to ask if you still had the same one because you came up in a red one before.
Hey, whoa, I just told you the NYPD is listening.
But I didn't say what it was. I just said it was red. I didn't.
These country people, let's not even tell them it's blue. She's lying. She's colorblind. Pray for the lady, please.
I do need your prayers. I do. Okay, so yeah, TikToks are hilarious. They're funny. So they're really funny. How do you choose? Because I do TikTok sometimes, and it's hard to choose what fits me. How do you choose? How do you choose what TikTok content you're gonna put out there?
Yeah, so it's so fun. Every time I see somebody or I meet somebody, they're like, "Oh my god," or they're like, "Mezzy, I saw your TikTok. It's so funny," and I love TikTok. But I'm not like, I'll be honest, I'm not a social media influencer. I'm not somebody who posts every day or every week. I'm trying to do that for Instagram and Facebook this year. I told myself I was going to do that. And listen, TikTok might be banned at the end of this year, so I really don't know if the work is necessary. What I'm trying to say, but usually because my attention span, I'm like literally in 15 different places at all time. Like my 9 to 5, I'm doing I'm active. Like that, everything I do is active.
Mhm.
So when I actually have a time to sit down, I have to literally carve out time to be on TikTok. Literally. So I sit down, I'll give myself about an hour to be on TikTok. And I look at things so I've realized, so first I started posting things and seeing people's reactions. So when I first started TikToks, I would do some of the dance ones. I'm like, okay, nobody really was feeling that. I'm like, all right, I got the best moves on TikTok, but and then I was doing like voiceover. Some people was feeling that, but I really think what is sticking right now for me is my commentary videos.
Okay.
And that's because of just the reactions I get off of it, right? It's not about the likes. It's about the comments. So when I get a lot of comments, I'm like, okay, this is what works. This is what they like. So I try to do videos that have commentary, like that I comment on, because it seems like people like to hear me comment on. So I'm still trying to figure out why people even like listening to me. But because I don't even know what I be saying. Like that shot is so funny. That the video you just did, I did that on the first take, because I call myself first take Mezzy, because sometimes I get things on the first take and then I'll record like 5 times after that, and I'm like, girl, why are you even wasting the footage? Girl, you wasting your time. Because it's just,
before you sent it to me, I saw it.
oh,
I know
okay,
it's cracking up. Like I watch you on TikTok. I really do. And there's another one that you did, a snow day. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, y'all gotta follow her, Mezzy D, Mezzy_D on TikTok. Out of control. You're out of control. You mentioned you're not a big social media person, right?
Yeah. I have to become one though. I know.
Because I was getting ready to ask you, like, how important do you think it is, being a comedian and trying to get your stuff out there? Do you think it is? How important is it for you to share on social media? Do you think it's more?
Oh my gosh. It's so that's what I'm saying. I definitely have to be more active on TikTok. But this year I told myself I'm gonna be more active on Instagram and Facebook, which I have been. I try to post like 1 or 2 posts a week or whatever. And just off those posts, like me, because I have an algorithm where I post like my comedy, and then I might post a reaction video and then a picture or whatever. And just off of posting my comedy in the last year, I've gotten like half the shows I've gotten booked for. Like people don't even know me. They book me just off of seeing me on. They're like, oh my god, they'll literally come and DM me off of this one video. Like, oh my god, you're so funny. Can I get you on the show? Like it is so. I tell comedians that all the time, because I get it. You don't want to send out your best bits, and I understand that. But I always tell them, I'm like, yo, even if it's a small bit of comedy, just put it on your page. Because if you're a comedian and someone goes on your page, I remember at one point I was doing comedy and they were like, oh, really? And they were going on my page. They didn't see nothing, no comedy, nothing. And so it was like, yeah, I think I got to start taking this seriously. I think I got to start. And that was that time where I was kind of like, because it was actually my friend at the time who was just like, yo, if you like comedy, you should start taking it serious. And I was like, you're right. Friends, that's why you got to keep good friends around you, right?
Yes.
I ain't friends with her no more because she's trash. But she was good back then. Okay. She's like milk. She's spoiled. Okay. Expiration date is gone. All right now. She's trash. That's what I'm trying to say, Bunky. She's trash.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're not friends anymore, to say it.
No.
At least you're not friends anymore.
She's trash. Put that part in there. Say that part.
She's trash.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Now I feel good. I feel like we're in a good environment. Good. All right. Okay. It's a good environment.
Okay. That didn't feel really nice, but you know what? Okay.
It's gonna feel good later. Don't worry. When you watch it back, you're like, it feels better when I watch it. It's good.
Okay. All right. So what's next for Mezzy? What new projects do you have coming up? Any new? Where are people gonna find you soon? Like,
Okay, well, soon I have a couple shows coming up, but I mean that's in Suffolk and stuff. I mean, I have a show in Suffolk. I have a show.
people are in the city, and I mean, like, I'm gonna send you a whole bunch of little clips.
Yeah.
So wherever you are, tell them what's going on.
Yeah, so I have a Long Island show coming up in 2 weeks. I have a Brooklyn show next week. I mean, you could literally, all of my shows are on my website, mezinyamental.com. But I have, I'm doing Governors. I'm doing, what else? I might, yeah, right, Mezzy In Ya Mental. I'm trying to think. I got to look on my own website. But the one thing I am working, I'm really in the works. So ever since I did my last year birthday show, I'm like, now I'm like, I got the bug. And so now I really want to do this big show. So I want to put together my very first theater show for my birthday. You were the first person to hear this. So,
oh, look, you got the exclusive drop on Tea Time.
So September 13th, that's a Friday. I'm working, it's a big deal because this is like, I'm the theater I'm looking at is like 250 seats. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot from the 70. Yeah. But I honestly, you know, I have really a great support system around me. Really, I could go and name each one of my friends and my family and my boyfriend and everything, but it's just more so that I constantly have support of people that are just like, what do you talk? Of course you can do. Like, I'm telling my girlfriend, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm going to sell, you know, I'm telling her the price of the tickets I'm going to sell for. She's like, girl, you need to sell $100 tickets for your front row because all your real friends, they better be there. I'm like, $100, girl, what in the world? Oh, Lord, I can't even, maybe $99.99. I can't do 100. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, if it's 250 seats, right?
Yeah.
Front row, people that have been following you and know what you bring would pay that.
Oh, all right, Bunky, you better tell me that then.
I'm just saying though, because I've watched you for the last 2 years, and I watched your growth. You were funny from the moment you rolled up at that set up until every time I watch little things that you post or I come across you. So it's like, you're hilarious. So I don't see why no one would pay that, especially for a front row. Your friend is right.
Thank you. Damn. All right. Well, I guess that's the confirmation I needed. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's just been like, I don't know. Because that's what I'm saying. So my next step is I'm creating opportunities for myself. And last year I was telling you about how I was getting a script together, and after working with the writer, we scrapped the whole script. Yeah. So that script is done. So we had to, yeah, it's not done, but like we had to like change it. It's Mezzy In Ya Mental with 1 Z though. Like, Mez MEZ in your mental. You know what? It's fine. No, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's semantics.
You know, come on. No, I'm gonna get this right.
Okay. Yeah.
Stop it. MEZ. Oh, Mez In Ya Mental. Okay.
Yes.
Mezinyamental.com. Okay, you guys. Look at this.
Because most of my friends and family call me, well, not family, but my friends call me Mez, as if they need to make a nickname for a nickname. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. They just so lazy.
You know how many versions of Bunky I hear?
I love that.
I mean, you done cut it down from Kanitha. Bunky, bunk. I mean, it's like, and I just answer. I know what you mean. You know,
oh, wait, you spelled it wrong again. You know what?
No.
Why is there I in between the Y? You know what?
Because like everything is so close, and so you can joke on that. It's so close, and I wear these glasses, so it's MEZ. INYA mental.
Yeah, because what is ya? Yeah. Is that yeah? Is that how y'all say it in the country? Yeah.
Stop. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I
wasn't sure.
Know. Wait, let me see. Mez in no.
I figured it was one of the 190 plus countries. You know what I'm saying? Streaming. Yeah. I figured we're global. I love it.
And I still don't see it. I don't see it. You know what? Because I can't save Mez in
YA
mental.
Yes.
It's trying to add a banner. That's what I'm having problems with while I'm going live. Mezzy In Ya Mental.
She's got it. She's got it.
Look, but did I write it right?
Let's see.
In. Let's see.
Well, let's see. Oh!
No, is that it?
That's my website.
Well, thank you, Lord. Okay. That was a stroke. You see, that's why I have to plan ahead and do this stuff ahead of time. Okay, so what's a piece of advice that you would give to inspiring comedians out there?
A piece of
a young miss that's
Mezzy.
just starting out. What advice would you give her?
It's gonna be scary every time. It's always gonna be scary. And then when you bomb, because it's not when you bomb, if you like, you're gonna have tears, right? When you bomb, you're gonna be crying, you'll be sad, but that next day, pick up your chin because you're gonna do it again.
Yep.
Because I think that was I've had some shows where and honestly, the people like now I think like it's weird because I'm in a weird space. I feel like sometimes people they'll book me on a show because of what they've seen, or if they see me at another show, so they're like, oh, she's really funny. So it's like I'll go on and it's almost like, this is weird. When people don't know you, you have to prove yourself. So you're going, I'm like, I got to give you my best show, right? When people know you, it's almost like I feel like they kind of give you a pass. So I'm like, I know that wasn't a good show. And they're like, oh, that was so fun. You're hilarious. And it's like, that wasn't even like, you didn't even get to see my little twerk. Because I got a really cute twerk. It's very cute. So I think that's the one thing. I think it's just like, also, like, don't ever get complacent. That's what I definitely have to. I would tell my younger self that, or any comedian that's coming in here, right? Like, you have to consistently make these opportunities for yourself. Stop selling yourself short. That's what I'm telling my current self right now. Mezzy, stop selling yourself short, right? There's been plenty of time. Like, Chocolate Sundays has a stage in
what
Sundays?
In LA. What?
Chocolate Sundays.
Chocolate Sundays. Okay.
Yeah, it's a comedy show that happens in LA. And it's like one of the biggest stages you could probably be on. And you have to apply and everything. And I've never even applied because I just didn't think I was funny enough. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta just start doing it. I'm gonna just go. I don't care. I gotta stop being in my own head. I'm like, no, you're funny in person, but are you funny on camera? You're funny in person, but was this funny? Like, so I have to stop making excuses for myself and just do it.
Yeah, because you're funny.
Thank you.
You are. Yeah. I mean, I don't even think you tried to be. You just do it.
If you try to be funny, then it's never funny.
Okay.
Like, you have to be yourself. Like, you have to be yourself. I feel like when you're going on there, like I met somebody and they're like, oh, well, I could do comedy, right? And they went on and they obviously didn't do well, because anybody who's that confident about doing comedy, let me tell you something, they terrible. Okay. Every time they're terrible. Because the thing about confidence is, like, you only gain confidence through continuously doing it. And even at that point, you're never because the crowd is never the same. And you don't want it to be the same. So I want to definitely, and it's hard because you're looking at all these other comedians. Like, I follow so many. When I first started in LA, I actually was doing comedy videos with these other comedians. And some of the comedians, I mean, they are popping. Like Nate Jackson, he is popping right now. He is all over doing sold out shows everywhere throughout the United States. Like,
oh, wow.
No joke. And honestly, I always make sure I shoot him a comment or whatever, and it's love, but when you're looking at other people's journey, it could make you jaded as to what your journey looks like. That's the hardest. I think that's the hardest part of being a comedian, because it's like, well, if I did the same stage as them, how did I get this opportunity? I'm funnier than them. But it's like, I'm not saying in general, but I'm just saying that does happen. You're like, I'm definitely, like, I know there's some people, I'll be like, girl, I'll be like, boy, hang it up, pack it up, okay? Put it away, all right, for a rainy day, and don't ever open it back up, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But they begin on stages because their tenacity, they want, like, the hustle. They have a hustle. Right. That's the thing. Like, sometimes you don't even really have to be funny. You just have to have a hustle, which is, like, crazy to say.
Gotta have that grind.
100%. So if you could be funny, and if you don't have that grind, you are not going anywhere. You have to have both.
Okay.
But I think the number one thing you need to do is have the grind and the heart for it, for sure.
Yeah, because if you're getting booed, I don't think I can take being booed like that. I would crawl off that stage. Like,
Yo, I don't think people actually get booed.
Y'all gonna say, do they boo you? Like the saying.
Let me say something. I got pepper spray in my back pocket at all times. Boo me if you want to, baby. Boo me if you want to. And I wear the goggles just in case. Don't play with me. Oh, boo. I got something for you. I got something for you, boo.
So a bad show then, since it's not booing, what is it? Silence? What is that?
Ooh.
Silence?
Yeah, I'd rather hear a boo. Okay, that's what I'm serious. Like
Silence
that's what I'm
is
saying.
bad.
That show, that's like probably the last show that I mean, I did do a show in Long Island that the guy was like, "Oh my God, you were so good." I was like, "Brother, man, pack it up." Okay, that was not. But no, when I did that show that I got, it was just silence. And I'm a physical comic, right? So what that means is like I physically get into my jokes. So I'll be like, "Ooh," and she was like, and then I'm like dancing. So I did this one joke where it didn't happen. I should preface it by saying it didn't really happen this way. But I basically punched my nephew up his stomach so hard he went right up the stairs. I said, "You get the hell up out my room. Get the hell up out my room." And they didn't laugh. Can you believe it? Look at you laughing. I had to get up. So I was on the floor because I had to get up off the floor, stand back up there, and nobody laughed. I said, "What? Oh, is this microphone on? Hello?" It took about everything in me not to cry for the rest of it. But I was just like, I still went through. I cried that night. I cried the next day. And I think I did a show that weekend. And I was talking to some other comedians, and I was just like, yo, I bombed. And honestly, that's another thing I love about New York. No place like the New York comedy scene, for real, because there's so many comics. And especially if you're in the circuit and you're doing a lot of shows, you kind of create a family, which I never even thought could come from comedy. I was like, but yeah, you kind of create a family. Like I know when I see a flyer and I'm like, I know most of the comics on it. I'm like, oh, we're going to have a great time. Oh, I'm going to have a phenomenal. This is my night out. Because I don't really go out no more. I'm a little old, baby. I'm a little old. So,
come on, stop it. No, you're not.
Baby, the knees told me it was going to rain today. I didn't even know.
What is it, the knees?
Yeah. Yeah.
Them joints. Yeah, they let you know when something's coming.
But that's what I mean. Like, so for me, I feel like, it's more so that's the one thing I'm super grateful for in comedy is like the little comedy family that we've been curating. Because there's a lot of Black comics. I don't know is there white comics in that circuit? Yeah, there's some white comics, but like it still feels like this is, we're out here grinding and I love to see my people. I love to see them winning. I love to see anybody when I go on social media almost every day, I'm inspired by something that somebody posted because they're either doing a sold out stadium, a sold out show in a theater, or they're just doing a small sold out show, or they just produced their first show, or this guy just got, his first talking role or whatever. I'm just consistently inspired by my followers, that like the people I follow on Instagram and Facebook, truly.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm inspired by you. Like, hello, 190 plus countries. Hello.
And I've come a long way since we first met. I've come a long way.
You got an intro song. Like, I saw not the intro, sipping it. I said, you know what? The next time I come on here, I'm going to get the tea so I could be in the intro song too. I'm like, ooh.
Well, the person who made that for me was one of my guests. He's passed away. It was a surprise. He was wonderful. Music, the producer. He was about to go big. He was getting ready to do his first, this big show. He was a musical guy. Amazing. He surprised me with that. You said you create a family, the comedy circuit. I get close to some guests. Like we met, I'm still with you. He became like my nephew, and I never even got to meet him in person. So I woke up one morning to that video that he made for me. It's like, wow. Auntie, I just want, so you inspire people. So that was good.
Oh, I love that.
I love it. Yeah. And so I'm like, I can't change it. I'm like, I can't change that.
You shouldn't change it. At that point, it's priceless. You don't got to no.
It was something from Mo, and I appreciate it. And we got 1 minute, but we got more time. But before we end it, tell the people who know you or don't know you, your fans, something that they don't know, a surprise, something about Mezzy that someone doesn't know.
Something about that's tough. I talk about all my life on stage all the time. Something about me that they don't know. That's a tough one. Wow. I do
Well,
love
everybody.
comedy,
Well,
but
yes, you do.
I do love my comedy, and I love doing my I love doing parties. But honestly, I think that one thing that I truly love is my 9 to 5. I'm a recreation director, and I work with the elderly, and I honestly, I feel like I extend their life, even if it's by a day. Like, I know that when I walk in, like, I see the presence that I see the difference I make every day by being in my job. Like, they always tell me, oh my God, you're going to be on TV and we can't wait to, but I know that God is going to watch out for me as long as I am doing things with my heart. And, and I think this is a necessary part of my journey to be here,
Yes.
because most people's 9 to 5, they're like, oh man, I hate working or whatever. I do hate driving here because it's an hour drive. Ew.
Oh,
But I genuinely, like, I don't really talk about my 9 to 5 often because, like, it's my 9 to 5. But
right.
working with the elderly, I've been working with them for about 10 years in recreation, and I fell into the job because I just needed an extra income because radio was not paying me well. So I was like, and it was like, are you a happy, outgoing person? I'm like, what you talking about? That's me. And I just fell into it, and now I'm a director, and it's like, so that, I think that's right. Like, for me, that's one of the joys of my life, to walk in and see my residents so happy. Like, if right now I'm at work, if I go upstairs, they're doing a nightclub right now. Like, my residents are off the chain. They are the best version of me. Like, I can't wait. Hold on, let me turn this light on. Hold on.
It's a sense. I'm guessing it's censored.
It's a censored light. Yeah. They try to be fancy here, but but yeah. So it's one of those things. Like, for me, I'm like, they give me. Like, I have a 106-year-old. She exercises with me every day religiously. 106, 103,
Awesome.
105, 103, and 100-year-old. And they work out with me every day. And I'm like, listen, and this right here, like, looking at them, I'm like, Mezzy, you can accomplish anything. And they happen to be Virgos. What you want? What you want? It's me and Beyonce. It's me and Beyonce's world. Ooh, what you want? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's all I'm saying.
Lord have mercy. Oh. Well, thank you, Mezzy. People can go to your page. You posted stuff with some of your residents, so you can see the joy on your face.
Yes.
So when you say you love it, what you do, it shows. See, I told you I'll be following you. I'll be watching. I'll be following you, not like a stalker, but I'll be following you.
Listen, you can stalk me any day. I love it.
Right.
I have one fan right now. We gonna build a. Well, he actually says it. He's like, I'm part of your fan club. I be like, and you know what? I should. He's my one fan.
You got a fan club?
You know who you are. Yeah, one person in it. He started it. What you talking about?
But he got to expand it out. So he gonna
expand it, but I feel good where we at is what I'm trying to say.
One fan. Okay, so
shout out to my one fan. You know who you are.
Yeah, shout out to the one Mezzy fan who founded the fan club.
Oh wait, look, is that? Did you mean to do that? I love that.
No, you know what? That must have been YouTube because you do little things and okay.
I don't even know what that was, but I like that it just came down. I did that myself.
Oh, look at that. Because you're amazing. Okay, so before we end, anything you want people to know, where you want them to follow you, even though I messed up a little bit. I got it going on the bottom. But what do you want people to know before we end this conversation out?
Listen, I'm definitely on a journey. And so this journey might take me like blah, 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 blah. But definitely make sure, if you love comedy, if you love what you've even seen here, definitely follow me. I have some great, exciting projects coming up that I definitely can't wait to share. And I hope that, I can come back and we'll talk about those projects.
Absolutely.
And hopefully I'll be able to talk a little bit about where I sent them out to and how that works and all that craziness. So, but I mean, I'm like here right now, but like, give me some time and I'm gonna be like, here is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
It's a process. Trust the process.
One day at a time. That's how I do it.
One day at a time. And look, whenever you want to come back, just let me know. I'm gonna send the rec boys, that's what they call the rec boys. I'm gonna send the rec boys your information.
And I'm the rec girl because I'm a recreation director. What you talking about?
Let me tell you, that show with them is going to be hilarious. I mean, you'll see Shad. I don't know. Shad is. I don't know. They're both serious dudes. Like they both, but they aren't. They are, but they aren't.
Okay.
Put it like that. They don't play about their business. Put it like that.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I could understand that, but maybe like let's be a little nice because I'm from
No,
Queens.
no,
I'm not from
that's
Brooklyn,
nice.
and
They're sweethearts.
I got dainty wrists. Did I show you that? They don't stand up right. Ooh, ooh. Anytime somebody want to fight me, I'll be like, ooh. I do got dainty wrists. My doctor said it's a medical condition.
Okay. We're going to end on that with your medical condition risks.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you for having me, and I definitely can't wait. Don't worry, I have some great things coming up, so make sure you follow me if you're not already following me. And Bunky, don't even worry. When I have those great things coming up, I'll be back. So
yeah, and just let me know because I'm with it. I'm with it.
I know. Listen, I'm gonna have to let you know because you're getting booked and busy. I'm episode 177, baby. Okay. Yes. We know how to count. There was 176 before me. Hello.
Yep. Yep. You 177, and you're on 191. You're gonna be on 191 plus countries.
Don't forget the plus. That's important.
Which is globally. So you're gonna be on Culture Shock Thursday, 8 a.m. next Thursday. You guys go download the VGN app. It's free for both Apple and the other one's Android. The VGN.
And I hablo español. Hablo un poquito español. Parle un petit creole. So get it on both. Actually, I don't speak Spanish. I've been on Duolingo for the last month, but it's getting there. You felt that though, right? You was like, that girl speaks Spanish. Look at her.
Jamaica, Guadeloupe, Caribbean, Africa.
Wow.
What? 191 plus countries. Kenya.
I'm really I'm third. I'm really thrown off. I didn't even know there was that many countries for real. I'm gonna go and Google this after. It's crazy. I did not.
Yeah. So you can listen to it. Like I said, Thursdays at 8 a.m. Culture Shock Radio, which is in Canada. Rockbox Radio, Radio Ficero, New Mexico, WAP the Music FM, which is in Guadeloupe, the Caribbean island, and the new Welcome Gnarly FM, which is in Ecuador. And on Sundays, Godfidence. Godfidence is because I love Godfidence because there's no cursing. It's Godfidence.
Oh, they're gonna definitely not. Then you definitely make sure you don't put none of my clips up there. Oh Lord, no. They're gonna take. No,
this is radio, so it's radio. No, it's bleeped out on the clips.
So, okay.
So it's fine.
I always try to bleep out because I want to make sure that kids,
Yeah.
Hey now, kids could
still watch. They probably curse more than you. So, and then it's also on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 podcasts. I'll send you the link. So you're all over.
Okay, so let me make sure I say it. So you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Mezzy, MEZZY_D. You can follow me on Facebook at Mezzy, same with spelling, MEZZY, Sarah with an H. That's me on Facebook. And you can get me you can find all my shows on my website at Mezzy In Ya Mental. Mezzy In Ya Mental. MEZINYAMENTAL.com. That's me, girl.
That's her. Y'all go follow her. And I'm telling you, you'll enjoy it. When you're feeling down and you want to laugh, just 5 minutes.
That's what I'm here for. Yes.
And you do a good job. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for taking time away from your 9 to 5 to chat with me. I appreciate you so much.
Of course, I appreciate you too.
All right.
I already know by the next time we get on this, you're gonna be like, Mezzy, I am the globe. Okay, I'm broadcasting right on Antarctica. I got the globe listening. I'm like, you better get it, girl.
That's because I have the support of a wonderful VGN. I'm a part of a great network. I have a great network, Village Global Network, and you got to have strong people around you. And so they keep me up there when you're feeling like, I don't think I want to do it today. You have those people behind you, and you got to have that support.
You got to.
You have to. So thank you so much. You guys, make sure you tune in next week. You can find Tea Time with Bunky every Thursday live, every Thursday live at 7 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I appreciate you. Tell a friend, like, share, follow, and subscribe. I'm going to get better. I missed a day, and you miss 1 week, and it messes everything up. So I got to get back. I got some great shows coming up, really great shows. So of course,
I mean, this one was one of them. So you got more great shows.
See, your show was my comedy show. Your show was like the exhale. Oh, because all of my other shows, I'm like, it's like, oh my God, because that mental's messing with your mental. You are the exhale.
I'm happy.
So yeah, I don't have comedians on my show. So Hello.
Oh, look at me. I'm even look at me. Look at me.
You're shining like a diamond.
Exclusive. I love it.
All right. So you guys have a great night. I will catch up with you later. I appreciate you. Bye-bye now.
Have a great night.